Okay, I got nothing else to say here. I guess kind of like a startup. Apparently NIS America's shut down the Zero Field team from doing any more trails like spreadsheets. I've got none. I've got none like written up or anything. I literally just got. Listen, my day's been hell. I literally just got back home. I was like, I went shopping. I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, you know what? Today is a good day. Today's just a good day. I'm gonna go stop at a store I haven't been in for a while. I've rarely been in the area. Let's go hop there. You know, long story short, my car wouldn't start. I was stuck there for 3 hours, so I could finally get like someone who could come give me a boost. You know, whatever. I finally made it home at in Texas heat. Coming back home, and I see this, I see all this information, and now I've officially just kind of lost my damn mind. I'm just like, NIS America's lost their damn mind, and I don't care anything else. This is going to be like an unscripted rant because I can't take it anymore. Alright, so, in case you don't know, Zero Field does a lot of like Legend Heroes, trail stuff. They translated Zero when it was existent. They translated Kuro 1 or something. They were going to, at the very least, really start the process of doing Kuro 2. The fact that, and this is because, well, those games are so far away, some people just don't want to, like, wait for a full organization, they just want to play the game. They want to enjoy the series, whatever they want. So, that's there. Then it got announced today, apparently, that, NIS America said, you know what? Hey, take these down. All of them. I don't give a damn about Tiffany Haddish Twitter. You better okay. I'm losing. I'm just going crazy. But let's keep on track here. So basically, they were told to put it down, and now it's basically like they've apparently talked to NS America for a while, and it's like, nope, they won't negotiate with us. All of them down from Zero to Kuro. I can understand Zero and Azure somewhat. I can definitely understand. I can even somewhat understand Hajimari. But we're talking about a game you don't even have on the docket for at least another year. And at that point, now you've officially done lost your minds. Hajimari was like a last straw, but now you just took that straw and broke it over the camel's back and then threw it over the edge. Now you've officially done lost your minds. NIS America. And this is why I just say, you know what? This whole deal with NIS America and the what were they called? The Geofront, doing the Zero and Azure, buying those up, has turned into an unmitigated disaster now. This is actually the worst PR this series has had in years. And I'll have to explain why now, because I'm tired, dog. I'm literally tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm figuratively tired. I'm more tired than the car I was trying to start up for 3 hours. That's how tired I am. So, what does this mean, dog? So first off, Zero literally releases in 30 days from the time of this recording. 30 days. If you want to take down the Zero one, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's literally about to come out legally. It's perfectly fine. I mean, we're not even going to get into the fact that you're telling them to take down some spreadsheets, dog. Some spreadsheets. Not a whole translation. Some spreadsheets. A spreadsheet. Some Excel on that hoe. And you telling them to stop? What? I'm getting somewhat off track here. But like I said, unscripted, whatever. So, Zero and Azure, I can understand you're about to release those, they're about to come out. Hajimari is because it's been, 3 years since I released? You're lucky, and then you said it's going to come out next year, too? That's going to be hell. We don't know what's going on with Narita. At this point, man, Narita. Narita don't even matter no more. Narita is irrelevant to this conversation at this point. And I'll explain in a second. But then, now, we're stuck with Kuro basically being there. Kuro 2 is literally coming out at the end of this month. This is not the PR you want in the West to say, if I was Falcom and I see this, I'd be going to NIS America, but like, what the hell y'all doing? Like, I know y'all got other games y'all need to take care of too, but what the hell are y'all doing at this point? What the hell is going on where everybody's so upset at us over the West when we had you specifically come and translate these 4 games? That's what I would probably do, but I'm not Kondo. I'm not Kondo with his vision. But so that's another thing. You already now this is PR for like people who have been wanting to get into wanting to play Zero in Azure, legally, officially, with full localization as there. So let's just talk about NIS America's like part in this. And this is kind of like the biggest. This is they're obviously at big fault here because first off they bought Zero in Azure to localize and have what's his name the person who does all like the PC updates and whatnot work on those games to like, kind of help clean them up and get them like officially for like whatever like borders and whatever you have to take care of. I get that, but I think the biggest issue, and I think this is where at this point now we're at September. I think it's fair to say I think the choice to dub Naita instead of Zero in Azure was the biggest mistake they've ever made. Here's why. And you're talking like, well, they're gonna be split up. Are we sure about that? Because I've gotten like some rumors about like potentially like Hajimar comes out in June. If that's and then like it might be January, February, and then you have Haji in June. If that's the case, if and again, this is all like all speculation. If that is the case, then the dub should have happened. You literally this announcement was a year ago. You had the script already. You had the script from NIS America. I mean, not NIS America. NIS America. You had the script from both the Geofront and from Falcom. So there's no other reason but to get these things. Secondly, because of Hajimari's like stuff, 90% of everybody in that game is going to have to be given voices anyway, so that's going to be dubbed. So you have the casting done. You've been had the casting done. You have like were these motherfuckers just like unavailable for a year and a half now? Like what's going on there? Like ain't no way you're telling me that you couldn't get a what's his name? Shoot. Nah, I was about to say Ray Chase. No, oh man, I'm about to call him by like their characters. I don't want to do that. Like you know what I mean. You had the SSS was done in CS4. They were done in CS2. You had the voice actors from CS2 and CS3 and CS4. Right? Ellie and Risha shared the same VA. You literally could just go hire some rookie to choose one of the two and have the others replace them. Because you got in that other one that probably say like you replace Rixia, you now have that other voice set up for Kuros. Getting small spoilers, sorry. But you have that. You have that taken care of. And you had a year to set that. You had a year. Let's go look up when the Geofront like announcement was there. Drills from 0G English announcement. When was that originally? English version. When was that original announcement? Announced like June 2021. Yeah, June 2021. Around June 2021. It is 2022 September. You had a year. To actually like straight up like set this thing to have this taken care of. You don't have to. You had nothing to do with the script. You didn't have to localize. You basically had the script done for you, with exception of a few things. You didn't have to localize. You didn't have to set in Japanese voices or anything. You just had to have what's his name, like what's his name, just clean it up and put it out there. You just had that. All you had to do was have him clean up, put out there. That means now you don't have to spend the time on localizers and everything for these two games. Put them on Hajimari and Nayata, get that cleaned up, and then have the people you've already gonna have to cast do it earlier in here so that they're ready to go for Zero. You have the Zero dub done, you have the Azure dub done, you have the Reverie dub done. Bam! You're done! You have 2 scripts, 2 games already done! Why was this not dubbed? Like, in someone's like, oh, man, fuck the dub, I don't care about the dub. The dub is still important because these characters have already done, you've done the necessary, like, work for these characters. You don't have to, all you have to do is just get them in the studio when you can, pay them, get them to do all the voice work. You know exactly how much you want voiced. You don't have to voice the whole thing. Voice the major cutscenes. You know which major cutscenes exist. You know them. And don't be talking about, well, we don't have the money. Yes, the fuck you do. You literally have the money. I know you do. It's like I'm not saying like you ain't in the struggle, but that's just NIS in general. NIS America. Like you say, this amount of money you save, ain't no way the Geofront like take a 6-figure bag. The Geofront took a 6-figure bag for this game, for these 2 games. Like, you are fine. You are okay. And you are perfectly good with this. It has to be. Like, there should be a budget for these 3 games. How is it denied to get a dub when it's a side game? Like, that's the biggest thing. Not to get a dub as a side game makes sense if Zero and Azure got dubbed as well. Or you sacrifice the Night to dub for a game that does not matter right now for Zero and Azure. The more important games right this second. Naruto does not matter unless Kuro 2 literally has got some wacky ish going on, and we don't even know that. The game don't even released yet. And I'll get to Kuro 2 in a second. But just what I'm saying is, there's no way you don't dub 2 of the most important games in this franchise that people have been waiting for. Especially after you got the whole game basically done for you by fans. The whole game is done. You bought the game. You bought the game's localization. You don't need to do anything else. I don't care if you leave Bruh moment in. Bruh, this is a Bruh moment. How can you not put this dub in? Like, I know I've been spinning this dub, but I'll get to you in a second. But, right, no dub. You already have most of the work done for you. You just need what's his name? I was about to say Raito, but no, that's the multi-block composer. But you have come on. It starts with a K. You have Mr. K do all the stuff for you. He's been putting in work for every like NIS any Falcom game, so that's already like done, right? There's nothing else to do but just have them dub the game, which you have to dub anyway because of the way Reverie works. Do you not see? Already we're having bad contradictions and lack of like preparation here. Like, how the hell is this actually allowed to go on? Like, how is that actually allowed to go on, bro? Like, it just doesn't make no sense. You could have these 2 done. You could dub the other game. Like, I know CS4 probably took a budget because you got so many voice actors there, and Reverie's gonna be the same, if not more. But you still have them there. You had to cast them anyway. Just do it. Like, forget the Naito dub. The Naito dub does not matter right now. Like the fact that I've gone through every trailer and it's like I hear those Japanese audio still. It's crazy, but and it's like, you know, again, people are gonna be asking, why are you so bad with the dub? Because it's the big example of how NIS America has now fumbled this so hard. There's nothing there that wasn't there with the. There's nothing there that justifies just grabbing this game from someone who's already got the spreadsheet, from someone who's already got the old Geofront like patch. There's nothing that justifies buying this game over anything else from the previous things, from the other methods. The dub would have done that because people still love these characters and love their English voices. So it's like and then you spent a year not doing anything with that. And that's disappointing and that's frustrating. And then you take down a spreadsheet, my brother. A spreadsheet. I could literally pull up a spreadsheet right now, type some words in, and go buy Trails from Zero, put it on there. It literally be the same thing. You put down somebody's Excel spreadsheet, dog, because because you were scared because they might remove sales. How bad in the hole are you that Trails from Zero releasing in 10 minutes is going to be bad for sales if that super spreadsheet's there? You bought the game's original fan translation. You bought it. You bought 2 of them things. You bought 2 of them hoes. It's frustrating. Like, but it's even more frustrating when we get to the Kuro thing. Removing the Kuro one doesn't make sense either because Kuro is not even going to be close. It's going to be 2024 at the earliest. 2024 at the earliest, unless you are on some crackheaded shit and say, you know what, we're going to release Naita, Azure, Reverie, and Kuro no Kiseki all in 2023. Y'all smoking cock. You are smoking cock if you think that's actually could be a potential thing. Ain't no way people gonna buy 4 Trails games, especially after what you did to this. Especially after it coming a year, ain't no way you really had that much time to do Naita, Reverie, and Kuro from scratch. I mean, you have to. Honestly, I think that's probably this. You had to. Otherwise, there's no way this makes any more sense. Like, you had to have been working on like they had to have given you the scripts. Like, hey, go work on these 2. Right? Like, that's the only way this makes sense to me is that you actually have been working on Naita and Reverie for these past 2 years. That's the only way that makes sense. And speaking of which, now that we're on Kuro, let's talk about Falcom's issue in this. Because they have let this happen. They have messed up and have let this happen. I can't like be like, well, Falcom believes in them, right? No, because if Falcom believed in them, it said, okay, we made a decision to buy it there. Okay, that's fine. Why? And I understand, again, they already had a bunch of stuff taken care of. But again, there are some certain things that are just like, why isn't this in here though when you took this much time? And whatnot. And in Falcom, I'm coming at you right now. Because you know what? This wouldn't be fine, but at least be tolerable because at the very least, hey, we only got Kuro to get through, right? And Kuro is probably gonna come fast. The fact that you announced Kuro 2 to release this year is the dumbest decision you ever made. It's the dumbest decision you ever made because you somehow stagnated the growth of the series again. Now again, XC did that with Zero and Azure, skipped those for Cold 1 and 2. But we were literally on a track to get Reverie last year. Or at the very least early this year. But the fact that you chose to do Zero and Azure this year, Zero this year, Azure next year, along with Reverie, along with Naita, and then you still went ahead with plans for Kuro 2, despite the fact that you said you wanted the West to get caught up in time. You said that! You literally said that in your actual statement. Let me see with this. Can I find this? Falcom wants games. Can I find that? Falcom makes Trails games in the West. I guess we could try to. I agree, I don't care. As right now, we're adults. They were 16 in storage. Alright. series. I don't think. Okay, how about this? Challenge events in the West. These games out here. This is on my bucket list for many years now. I feel like the games are finally coming out. A weight is lifted from my shoulders. Are you sure about that? I mean, I don't think this is the actual like one right here. But like this wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But this right here is just like the most like. Are you for real, dog? This has been on my bucket list for many years now. I feel the games are finally coming out. A weight is lifted from my shoulders. But you then decided to say, "Oh yeah, we're also going to release a new game for this franchise. We're trying to get caught up in the West this year, and probably gonna start a new arc by the time that game also comes out. But we're doing it. That the actual I don't want to be negative. I'm gonna keep on this because it's brighter. I don't want to be negative, dog. I really don't. I love this series. This series has been a lot. It's got me through some things, good and bad. But if we're being 100% honest, Falcom really fumbling the bag here. And then NIS is out here trying to scoop it up, but then ran to the centers behind. They caused a butt fumble after Falcom threw the ball but fumbled it. After Falcom fumbled the ball, the NIS America then proceeded to grab the ball and then run into their lineman's butt. And then now what? Now Monolith out here Monolith and Alice out here running it back to the end zone. Like this is actually insane. How did you let this happen? Like, it's actually insane. I'm taking my glasses because I can't. I'm tired of seeing this bullshit. It really is. Like, how did you let this happen? This is actually, like, infuriating and frustrating. The fact that so many people are upset with NIS America for, under technically the law. They have the right to do this. Is it scummy? Hell yeah. Is it technically under the right of the law? Yes. Because it is their property. And they probably do have the official rights to Kuro at this point. I'll be shocked if they didn't, considering what they said in that trailer. But again, Falcom, why did you have to release Kuro 2 now? If we're, what they even said, like, if Kuro 2 didn't sell well, they would take a break from Trails. And, I won't say that Kuro 2 didn't sell well, I'm saying, but I know that for a fact, out of the games that released within its range, it was the least out of the past 3 games in terms of digital sales. Maybe physicals went crazy, but it's like, digital sales, y'all don't really sell, like, super gangbusters like that anyway. But the fact that it sold lower than Code Seal 4 and Reverie, at least in Japanese side, is like people were kind of like, I don't know about this one. So at that point, I think you could have taken a year off. Maybe you didn't have another game for the year. Maybe Yeast 10 was just that far out and you needed a scapegoat. If that's the case, I understand. You still need to make money. You're a company. You need to get that stuff done. But that still doesn't explain why the hell you then let Zero and Azure come in and once again delay the franchise. I'm saying right now, I hope Zero and Azure are actually good games. I've never played them, and I want to play them. And I really do want to play them when they come out. Like, I'm gonna probably just stream Zero constantly. Stream Zero, put that on YouTube, show my playthrough, whatever. I want them to be good games. I really hope they're good games to me personally, even though I've never played them. Never played them. I still moved on with CS1, CS2, CS3, CS4. I'm gonna go back to Sky at some point. I know I'm weird like that, but the fact but ever since I'm a Cozy fan, I've heard so much things like, man, Sky and Azure are so much better than this trash. Sky and Azure are so much better than anything Cold Steel would ever bring up. They ruined Zero and Azure with the Cold Steel stuff. I'm not naming names. I'm just saying that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've heard for years. Because of these 2 damn games. And now these 2 damn games have now caused so much more problems right now than anything because we want to bring them and make them official. when that was already taken care of. It was already done. You didn't even touch them no more. You should have left them alone. The fact that you can't leave these 2 games alone is what's ruining this. I'm saying it. Zero and Azure might be the worst games in this franchise, if nothing else, because they've almost destroyed this franchise in the West. I might just hate these games out of pocket. I'm just hate these games out of principle because they've messed up the actual to momentum CS1, CS2, CS3, and CS4 actually built. We were almost there. We were on a good line, and both a combination of NIS America getting the zero field stuff, only to then delay it another year, only to have it be it was coming out September 2023. Oh, Azure's gonna come out 2023. Reveille's gonna come out 2023. Yeah, you still gotta wait a year for these games. Remember what I told you. Remember what I just said. This announcement was in June 2021. It is September 2022. And we're just now about to get zero. With no dub. That would actually without actually be a reason to get it, because you hear all the characters you liked in the dub, in the dub for CS3 2 to 4 inside Azure, especially since it's a much smaller place than Erebonia. And again, you've already gonna have to cast some of these characters anyway. You're still gonna have to cast Arios. You're still gonna have to cast you've already cast what's his name? You're gonna have to cast some other characters I can't spoil because of osmosis. There's so many characters you already gonna have to cast, and characters you already cast. There's no reason why this has to be the way it is, and I'm tired, man. It's hard, and people's going, well, we can just go play other games. I am, motherfucker. Why do you think I just said Monolith and Atlas really out here just taking the bag they fumbled and head to the end zone? Because I've just finished Xenoblade 3. That game is fire. I'm gonna play Swaggish 2 first thing I get. That game's gonna be fire just off of the Ringo alone. I've got loads of games. I'm a fighting game player. I got Tekken on here. I got Melty Blood on here. I got Street Fighter 6 on the way. I got Persona 4 Arena on the way. What other games do I got? I got DNF if it becomes live again. I've got games for days. That's not the point. The point is people could play this game. We want this franchise to grow. And NIS America and Falcom are doing everything in their power unintentionally to make sure that doesn't happen. And that's the part that's angering me. It's because people who have been waiting for this series, people who want their friends to jump in and be like, I want to play when all these games come out. I want to play when Zero's officially released. I want to play when Azure's officially released. I want to be able to play all these games connected so that I don't have to wait long if I get actually hooked on this franchise. And the fact that the people who have been waiting, who played Sky and Cold Steel but didn't play Zero and Azure because they were waiting for official releases, only to then have to wait even more, it's the patience has been there. And the issue with the Zero Field thing is man, this is crazy. But also, I also have to kind of do this a small thing, and I don't want to be trying to be oh man, I'm just being upset. But I gotta say, a part of the thing with doing fan stuff is a lot of people will talk about it. Right? And this is not trying to be upset over the fans, but sometimes fans talk about things way too much. So when people like Nintendo come for those Pokemon games or those Metroid games and be hey, I cease and desist, stop this right now, even though they're not releasing anything similar to it, how do you think they find that out? let's be honest here. Nintendo really ain't out here looking for Pokemon or Metroid fan games. They really ain't. But when they see it in their face, it's like, wait a second, that's not right. You can't be doing that with our property. That's our property. So like, yeah, it's like when people like this, like Wooly, like what's that? Where's that Wooly meme? Like that PSA on fan, PSA on fan game. This right here is exactly like what's going on. This entire PSA puts it there.
Check out what the science has to say. Excellent point. And I already know about it. You fucking blew it. You done fuck. And I already, you know, that deep down as a fan, you can deliver something amazing that the rest of the fans would reach out to and connect with. If you're working on something like that, and I already know about it, you fucking blew it. You done.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If a company actually knows that this is happening, that's because so many people are talking about it. Now, granted, is that because it's cool? Yes. Sometimes you just gotta shut up. You just gotta shut up. And I'm not trying to like go inflame the community like that because, we all hurting and we all want stuff to go happening. But when we just keep on saying over and over, like, man, this happened, Zero's doing this, Zero's doing this, F Nisa, when it's in their face, what else are they supposed to do about it? Just like be like freezing, like I'll pretend I didn't see that coming. Like no, they have by the laws like mess by the hot mess that is the law and audio. I think I've messed up the audio, but I don't care anymore. But based on how that works, they have the obligation to actually shut that down. What are they supposed to do? Because it's in their legal right. Should they? That is up to them. That is up to whatever. Right? That's literally up to like if they honestly think that's going to like hurt their business. I don't know. This is like I don't know, it's been 30 minutes. Gosh dang. 30 minutes. I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm missing the LCS playoffs for this because I'm just that upset. I'm going to eat me something. I'm take me something to eat. And I'm going to sleep or something. I don't know. I might stream later. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm just tired, man. Y'all have a good day.